Welcome back to making a journal while we're at home. And these journals are really great for kids to write their feelings during this time, or for them to discuss things that you as a family have been working on, or even for book reports. Whatever they're working on, these journals are great. Last time, you remember, we made a journal out of using a file folder. We added all different kinds of paper to it, and we attached it this time with a string. But let's just say that your student has finished that whole journal, filled it in with art, with feelings, with a story that they wrote, all different ideas that kept their journal writing going during this time each day, even filled pockets with envelopes. And they finished up to here, but now you say, look, we have more time. Let's add some more pages. So this time, Cindy and I put together another what we call a stack of papers, different kinds of papers, using anything that you have around the house. Again, we used some scrapbook paper and some copy paper. We used some writing paper, and we stacked it and folded it in half. And this time, to add papers to your journal, you're going to add them in the back. So we've stacked them, and we're going to put them into the back of our journal, and we're going to open it up. Move this over a little bit so I have it in the middle for you. And now we're going to use, you don't really have to use the same thing that you used last time. This time we're going to look at that stack again, and we're going to put in our slits about 1 inch from each side. Make sure that you are slitting right on where it was folded, and then you're going to lay it into your journal. And this time you're going to use something different if you want. Maybe you had an extra piece of ribbon laying around that you weren't using for the last journal. And so now you're going to slip that through the slits on one side. I like to do it, but I'm slitting it on this side, and then I'm turning the whole thing around, and I'm bringing it up through the slits, maybe pulling it through. Now, before I tie it, I'm just going to do that double check that we have that whole second group inside there, and we do. And now you can tie it on the outside again. And my speedy helper here has us going, and I know you have lots of helpers at home to help you do this. And I'll tie this in a little knot, maybe. There goes that. And then we'll just cut it. And you could always curl this, you know, if you want to be snazzy about it. I'll cut a little bit off. And you could curl these if you wanted, or you could just use regular ribbon, or you, again, could use the string that you used the first time. You know, you could keep them the way you want. Now you have one whole group that you have finished, but now you're ready to go on to another group of papers that you've added to the back of your journal. All right, now I'm going to show you another way to do it. If you remember making the bag journal, where you used a rubber band to put all your papers together. And now this time, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to turn, we finished all of the first group, and we're going to turn to the back where you have your little pockets, maybe they filled. And here we're going to do it in a little different way. We're going to, again, take our stack where we have envelopes, and we have copy paper, and we have writing paper, and some scrapbook paper, and we're going to do slits again at the top, and slits again at the bottom. We're going to lay it in here. Now this time we're going to use something a little different. I don't know if many of you remember some things called weaving loops, but you can use hair bands. You can, you know, anything that's going to put your papers together. Now for this, we kind of make a little taco, and we take our hair loop or our little weaving loop, and we put it over everything, and we put it through. And if you have any trouble with these, or you find, well, they're not really closing, be sure you just put your hand inside and stretch it a little, and you'll find once that fits right in there that it's going to fit, and all of your new papers have now been added to the back of your book. All right, we hope you enjoy adding papers, and we'll see you soon for decorating.